Yeah, everyone, Nerd Day Mark here. Time to go over episode 2 of number one Sentai Gozyuger. You know what? After reading comments, checking out other people's videos after my first review, uh, I went back and I watched the episode 0 with like the robos fighting and everything else. I realized I didn't, going into these shows, not watching a lot of the stuff and like leaks and everything else. I I get to learn things while I watch the show. So now I figured out, and I'm gonna come across as stupid, and I get it. I'm not. I'm not the Sentai guy. Okay, like I'm. You want Ultraman information? You want Kamen Rider, Godzilla? Let me. I got you. Super Sentai. I'm still. Mm, you know. And I thought the show was gonna be like every episode, like because it's an anniversary 50th and everything else. Like I thought maybe because of how the last episode went, we were gonna get like a fight with Reds, like or Gozu Wolf against like a previous Sentai Red, like every episode. Like I thought that's what the thematic of for being number one was. Wrong. I was wrong. 100% wrong. Uh, One thing I do like is that I'm still learning names, but our non Taya, who is who transforms into our Kuwagata Ozier, he's still around, and I like that. So I'm like, and he'll be back, hope like, which was foreshadowed. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not like a one and done. Uh, Another thing about the episode that I realized too is they're gonna turn into the Sentai Reds, because our, was it Gyozu Leon Blue, basically he turned into Boon Boon Red, which is really cool in the episode. So I was like, oh, that's what the Sentai rings are. They can turn into the previous Sentai Reds also. So I'm curious to see like who on their team turns into Sentai Reds, and then who's gonna return as someone who turns, because when uh our Gyozu Blue turned into Boon Boonger, he still had like his blue like Gyozu like chess piece, and everything else was Boon Boon Red, which is really cool. I actually like that. But when it came to the um what is it? When it came to the, I'm drawing a blank, dude. Like, oh, brain fart. When it came to being like the number one, this episode, the number one was like was the treasure hunt. So it was becoming the number one treasure hunter, which I thought they were gonna fight at first when he showed up in the snack, because our main character. I'm gonna learn names. I swear. Give me the episode like 3 or 4, and I will have the names down really good. Right now, no, I don't. Okay, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with enunciation. If you go back watch any of my videos, you want me to like pronounce names properly, not happening. Okay, at all. So with everything going on, like he's still trying to find a job. He owes the rent, and every time they're like, "Where's the rent?" I just think of Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny when they just sing that they have to pay their rent, and I don't know why that's the first thing that comes to my mind. I really don't. Um, but he still has to pay his rent. He's job hunting, and the landlord lady gets kidnapped and turned into the monster of the week, and I was like, oh, this is intriguing. So I liked that side of things. But yeah, I thought they were gonna fight, and then it's like, no, it's gonna be a number one treasure hunt, and they do like the whole splash screen, like treasure hunt battle with our yellow, red, blue, and our monster of the week. And everything about this show is like, it's like a mix between a fighting game, and then with how they presented the treasure hunt battle with like the screen and then like the results later on. I was like, is this like Mario Party or something like that? Like one of those like any sort of mini game thing. There was a game that came out on the Switch in the early era of the Switch. I think it was for Lupat, and then again with Ultraman RB or Rube, where there was just a bunch of mini games, and it kind of reminded me of those games. If you haven't played those, like, they're fun. They're listen. If you're fiending for some Toku games and there's nothing new coming around, go pick those up. They're not that expensive. Like I got mine pretty cheap. I got them on Buy. But then again, I collect Toku video games, so that's the thing. I did like our introduction to our yellow and our blue. Like I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like we're gonna see some fighting, and all of a sudden, like right before the fight, you just hear, hold on, and then our yellow. By the way, usually like within the first couple episodes, like I find my favorite character, and as of right now, it's yellow. It's Gyuzo yellow, like 100%. Homie comes in carrying a nice old grand piano on his shoulder, drops it down, starts playing a song and singing his love for the Lord Tega sword, and I'm like, this is cool. And then Blue interjects in, all pop idol style, and I'm like, what is this show? What is it? I don't even know anymore, even though we're only 2 episodes in, and I'm just here for the ride. I'm not gonna do these deep breakdowns and dissertations and scripted out like long form video essays about the show. The show is just, it's fucking out there, okay? And I'm enjoying it. And I also I do I'm already like gears are turning in my head for like how this robo is gonna work, because there's only one Tega sword, like big sword, not the changer. And in this episode, Yellow got to transform with it, and I like that form, honestly. I mean, I'm biased. I like dinosaurs. Anytime I see a dinosaur punching a robot dinosaur, like fighting or punching, like I'm here for it. I like dinosaurs. They're my favorite. Like literally, hands down, dinosaurs every time. You say, hey, Mark, what's your favorite kind of like monster, creature, animal, whatever? Dinosaurs. Which one? Dinosaurs. You got a specific favorite dinosaur? No. I just like fucking dinosaurs. I love them. Dinosaurs are great. I don't even care. But but I'm already gears are already spinning in my head, because I'm like, there's only one Lord Tega sword, right? So how are we gonna get a combine of all 5? Like there'd have to be parts like like arm, leg. Red would obviously be the head, and then so I'm like, I'm wondering, because like all the toy scans, like because I do the candy toy stuff, they haven't shown anything about combining all of them. Same with the DX one. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on in regards to the Robo when we have our full team of 5. I'm gonna be curious about what's gonna happen, but as of right now, I don't know. That's for a question later on down the road. But the whole gist of this episode literally was this: I'm doing a treasure hunt, and I thought it was pretty cool. And it's the best way to get kind of like gauge the personality and like the morality meter for how everyone is, like, and I thought that was interesting dynamic between them, because there was like a little line in there where it's like, a battle for the rings, and that'll happen later on. Right now they got to worry about them. So I'm like, okay, so there's like, I need to know what the deal is with, like, because they have the, everyone has a Tega sword chain, like, hand thing. Even our guy from the first episode turned, who's not Taya. I'm going to call him not Taya until I know his name. And he had a Sentai ring, but yellow and red and blue have, like, special little Yozu rings. So I'm like, okay, there's got to be some lore to that. I want to know what the lore is. I'm a lore person. I want to know what the deal is with those rings compared to the Sentai rings. And it seems like even our villains, they are also questioning like what the deal is too. So I'm like, okay, so like all of us don't freaking know. Cool. I'm glad we're all on the same page right now with our lack of knowledge. And so the treasure hunt thing was really cool. Once again, the fighting. Oh my god, the fighting is so good. Like, from the standpoint of, like I said, this is like a fighting game mixed with like Mario Party and the other, like, Ultraman Rube and the Lupat, like, Switch games. It's like that. And once again, we got the cool boxing ring with the announcer, and I'm like, this is great. Like, I'm enjoying this every time. But there was one scene, all right? And I'll probably do a YouTube short reaction, because that's the quickest way to not have Toei on my ass claiming my videos, because they like to do that sometimes, is your scene where Gyozu Wolf was fighting our treasure hunter. And it did the frame stop between the hits while he was juggling him in the air. And I'm sitting there like, oh, we're going to hit the 9-hit combo, juggling him so he can't freaking parry or block No iframe, no canceling, just straight up boom, boom, boom. And I was like, this looks so good. My fighting game, like inner fighting game, like fan and gamer is just really happy with that stuff. And then we got at the same time, we have our robos fighting, and I'm like, damn, y'all are giving me everything I like in Toku in this show. And it's fun. It's enjoyable. I don't have like a clear like cut like opinion on the show overall right now because obviously we're 2 episodes in. I don't usually have a full fledged like, okay, am I really feeling the show until probably like 6, 7 episodes in. But as of right now, I'm enjoying the shit out of it. It's fun. It's just fun. That's it. And I like all the characters so far that we still have more to be introduced to. I'm curious how more Reds are going to be introduced. I did see the preview where it's Don Momotaro was shown as the next Sentai Red showing up. Obviously, it's probably a different person than from Don Brothers, which I think that's actually a cool thing too. Is like that we're not getting like the actors playing exactly who they were in the Sentai shows, which I think is neat. Interesting twist on it. So you could be introduced and see one actor and be like, oh, that's freaking Kaito. But then he doesn't turn into, Zenkaiser. He turns into like, I don't know, a Die Ranger or something like that. Like that, I think that's not like the concept of that is really cool for the show. But I don't know. I'm feeling the show though. I am enjoying it. The action, like honestly, the action's really good. It's kind of like ridiculous with some of the humor and this and that, and I'm like, okay, I see this show is not taking itself seriously right now, and I'm okay with that because it's the first couple episodes. You want to have fun with it, a little lightness, a little humor in there, and I'm enjoying it. If I have a bad track record when it comes to reviewing Super Sentai because I like to binge Super Sentai, not watch it every week to week. So usually I'll get a good third of the way through a show, and then next thing you know, the reviews just stop. It's usually because I work full time and I make other content. But I am enjoying this show. If it keeps up the way it is, like I'm just curious. Like it's an anniversary season, so it has me hooked from that standpoint because just like when the first Super Sentai I watched week to week was Zenkaiser, I used that as kind of like my gauge to enjoy and figure out what to check out for previous seasons I haven't watched. And by the way, for the few of you who did recommend Sentai seasons to me in my comments on my first review, thank you. I took notes. I have a Google Doc and I put them on there. And if there's stuff that's already on my list in order, if it pops up multiple times in the comments, I actually move it up. So I look forward to doing that. I think the next one I'm about to start watching is Gozyuger because I like the suits and it has been recommended almost unanimously. Most of the time people bring that up and I do like the suits, so I'm going to be checking that one out next. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the second episode of Gozyuger. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I want to get some of the toys. The candy toys are coming out next month, so I look forward to getting those in so I can put the mini plot together and show that off and do a review for that. But yeah, that's it for the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like, and please don't just tell me down below what you thought of the episode. If you have not recommended any Sentai seasons to me in the previous video, please recommend a few to me in this one. I really want to check out more. Like I said, Gozyuger is the next one I'm going to watch, and it usually takes me like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks at the most to watch a season. I don't have the time frame to like binge a show in like 3 or 4 days. I really can't. Because I got too much stuff going on, and like I said, I have a career, wife, everything else. So it's like I can't just sit there and just binge a show for 4 days straight. I have to do stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.